Hi, Fitness. This is Heather coming through for a gentle immune boosting class today. All you're going to need for this class are maybe 2 cushions. You can use bolsters, you can use house pillows, you can use couch cushions. But take a moment to gather up 2 cushions. That's really all we're going to need. And then go ahead and find a comfortable seat on your cushion. So you're either finding this kneeling position or turning your bolster or your blanket sideways and find a cross-legged position. Well, we're going to start class today with a little bit of thymus tapping. We've been doing this a little bit in the past, so this isn't anything new, right? Thymus gland is underneath the sternum here. We're just going to kind of vibrate that thymus gland. Get a little palpitation going here. Right, we know that we can do this for about 20 seconds, 5 to 6 times a day, to just sort of stimulate that thymus gland and start to build the immune system. That's really what we're going to kind of focus on today. Your lymphatic system, your lymph nodes, and kind of move the energy and the prana through your body. So let's take just another moment here. And then from here, go ahead and release your hands. And bring your clothes to your eyes. You might feel a little sense of that residual movement, that residual energy kind of moving around in your palms, maybe a little towards the upper chest, maybe a little energy kind of bouncing around in your rib cage. Your eyes are closed. Go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to come off of the bolster or your pillows or your couch cushions. And let's come all the way down onto your back. Take a moment to stretch your legs out, reach your arms up overhead, and give yourself a nice full body stretch. Maybe find a big in-breath and a big open mouth exhale. And then from here, let's go ahead and walk your arms and maybe your shoulders over towards the right. So you're finding that supine crescent shape. Start to find some space in the left side of your body. And when you've found a place to pause and hold, start to walk your legs over towards the right as well. They might not travel too far, that's okay. You can cross an ankle. And let's bring another close to the eyes. Come back to your breath, and we're going to find 3 rounds of breath here. Just allowing your breath to start to create some space in between each one of your ribs. Maybe that area between your bottom rib and the top of your pelvis. And so we're using your breath to start to create space in your body and in your mind. And when you come to the bottom of your next exhalation, if your ankles are crossed, uncross your ankles. Let's start to walk arms and shoulders back to center. And we're going to take this through to the second side. Right? It's a supine crescent side stretch. You're kind of picking up your shoulders, walk them to the left. And then start to walk the legs to the left. Big stretch for your right side body. All right, again, option to cross an ankle. Close to your eyes and just connect to the rhythm of your in-breath and your out-breath. You're going to find one more full round of breath here. And at the bottom of that exhale, if ankles are crossed, you're uncrossing ankles, you're walking arms and legs and shoulders back towards neutral. And one more time, let's find that big full body stretch. Big in-breath. Open your mouth and let the exhale go. And then let's reach reach those knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Find another big in-breath. Open your mouth and let that exhale go. Let's go ahead and take your hands to cup your knees and start to find those big circles in opposite directions. Right, one knee moving counterclockwise and one knee moving clockwise. Big circles so that you're beginning to lubricate the hip sockets. You might find a nice massage here for your low back, for your pelvis. And every once in a while, change directions of the circle. We're going to find one more, and then we're coming back to center. Go ahead and let your feet come back to your mat, constructive rest here. And we want to walk your heels in towards your sitting bones, right? So you might reach your fingers down and see that you can sort of feather graze the back of your heels. We're going to come in for some dynamic bridge. So on your next inhale, lift the hips. And on your exhale, lower hips back to the mat. Continue with your breath. Inhale, lift the hips. And exhale, lowering back. We're going to invite your arms to join in here. So on the inhale, lift the hips and float your arms up overhead. And exhale, everything coming back to the earth. See if you can get hands and hips to start to land at the same time. In-breath floats you up. And exhale, hands back to the earth. Let's find a rhythm here, and then we're going to add on to our rhythm. So this time as the hips go down, bring the right arm down, turn and look to the right. Inhale, everything back to center, right arm lifts, hips up, gaze to center, and then exhale, hips down, left arm down, turn and look to the left. Start to feel that stretch in your neck. And we're going to continue. You're finding a little coordinated, synchronized movement here. Remember, this is a little bit like swimming. So find your rhythm. Settle into your rhythm and let your breath start to guide you. We're going to find one more on each side. And then from here, let's go ahead and lower to arms, lower your hips. Let's walk your feet wide to the edges of your mat. And let's let the knees windshield wiper a little side to side. I like to take my hands and interlace my hands behind my head, like cradling my head. If that feels good for you, you can try that. If not, just keep your arms alongside your side body here. All right, the next time that your knees come through center, let's leave them there. Start to walk your feet back in so they're hip distance apart. And you're gonna reach for your cushion, right? Your bolster or your couch cushion or your pillow or maybe even a folded blanket or folded towel. Press through your feet, lift your hips and slide your bolster, whatever it is that you have, underneath the pelvis. All right, we're gonna find that lengthener for your psoas, your hip flexor. Let's keep the left leg in constructive rest the way that you have it. Reach the right leg out. Take a moment to reach out through your right heel so you're kind of lengthening the back of the leg. Reach the right arm up alongside your ear. And then just like we did at the beginning of class, start to kind of walk your shoulders over into that supine crescent shape. I'm going to invite you to bring them close to your eyes here. Bring awareness back to your breath. And see if you can keep pulling your breath down towards your belly, right? That full diaphragmatic breath. Every time you find diaphragmatic breath, we find a little more length for your psoas. So we're really lengthening, hydrating, and in this way we find a little settling for the nervous system. You're going to find one more full round of breath here. And then when you're done with that exhale, let's start to walk your shoulders and your arms back to center. Take a bend to knees. You're back in your constructive rest, and we're coming right in for the second side. Left leg extends. Heel is on the floor, and you're going to reach out through your heel. Lengthen the back of the leg. Reach that left arm up. And here we go. Start to pick those shoulders up and kind of inchworm your way over towards the right. So really lifting and lengthening through that left hip flexor. We'll settle in here just to connect to breath. And I do want to say here that if you want to pause the video and hold this shape a little bit longer, that's encouraged, right? Your psoas likes about 2 minutes on each side, so you can always pause your video, stay for 2 minutes, and then resume the video, and we'll all meet back up here again. So we're finding our final round of breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, start to walk your shoulders back to center. You're going to press your feet into the earth, lift your hips, and let's slide the bolster or your pillow or your blankets off to the side. I'm going to grab my second bolster here, and I'm going to have it at the ready. So I have one here at the ready, and I have one, let's say, to the right side. You're going to bring 2 knees back in towards your chest. Let's do that thing again where we find a big in-breath. And we open the mouth and just surrender the exhale. Let your low back drop to the mat. Let your organs feel like they're dropping towards the mat. Really connect and sink into the earth. Then you're going to take your clasp around your left shin. Let's extend the right leg out on the mat. Find an in-breath here. And on your exhale, hug that right knee closer to your chest. Good. Inhale, let it gently move away. And exhale, hug back in towards your chest. All right, this is our classic Apanasana. Right, this is a detoxifier. You are now manually pumping lymph through your lymph nodes. We're kind of cleaning out your filters. This is a great joint and glands exercise that again helps you boost and care for your immune system. All right, next inhale, take your clasp, slide it behind your thigh and reach the left leg to the sky. Good, exhale, take your clasp back around your shin and hug your knee in towards your chest. Good, inhale to expand. And exhale to contract. We're going to continue here. Let's find this 2 more times. Last round. Meet me with your left leg reaching towards the sky and your clasp behind your hands. You're gonna allow yourself to find a little bend to your knee so that you're pulling that thigh in close to your abdomen. Okay, go ahead and interlace your fingers here and see if you can stabilize the hip joint. So no more movement in your hip. We're just gonna bend and extend through the knee. So it looks a little bit like this. Okay, we keep the thigh hugging in towards the chest. We're gonna let go of the notion of trying to take the legs straight. This is what we call flossing your hamstrings. It tends to build a little sensation in your quadriceps, right? The tops of your thigh. So if that's happening, that's okay. Let's just ride that wave. You might notice that there's a little shaking in your foot as the foot reaches in the direction of the sky. That's okay as well. You're gonna find one more of these movements. And then when you have the leg reaching back towards the sky this time, pause here, pull your toes back towards your shins. So big stretch for that whole posterior chain of connective tissue back of the leg. Find a big in-breath. Open your mouth and surrender the exhale. And then from here, go ahead and release. Bring your knee back in towards your chest. Grab your second bolster, take it underneath your head, right? Your couch cushion or your pillow. We're gonna roll onto the side body. Take your left knee and get yourself supported so that left knee is resting on something. You're gonna reach your right arm out, stack the left arm on top. You guys know this. This is everybody's favorite. We're gonna start to open up the heart center, hydrate your vertebrae in your spine. All right, so we're gonna start with the fiddlehead fern. You're gonna reach the left hand past the right. Give yourself a little roll over the right shoulder. And then drag the left hand across your arm, across the upper chest. And just like a fiddlehead fern, uncurl the fingertips. Stretch for the wrist and your forearm. And then come all the way back. Start with the fingertips. Hands to heart center, slide or glide across your arm, and then reach past the fingertips. All right, we're gonna do this 3 more times, rolling in and out. And if you're really loving this, I encourage you to pause the video and just keep going, right? This dynamic movement is a great way to lubricate your connective tissue. Okay, we're opening the myofascia. And when we're in times of chronic stress or tension, your connective tissue starts to contract. So we just come into something like this. We hydrate the connective tissue. We open the connective tissue. We're going to find one more. And then go ahead and let your hand come back to rest. All right, from here, let's go ahead and slide left hand across. We're gonna open out into a twist and we're gonna pause here. You can keep your left arm open or you can take a bend back to your elbow. Let your hand come to rest on your rib cage. I'm gonna encourage you to bring it close to your eyes. Find another big in-breath. Open your mouth and surrender the exhale. Okay, all right, so from here, go ahead and bring that left arm all the way back, up and over. Remember, we're closing the book here. And once you're all the way back onto your side body and you're out of your spinal twist, then you're gonna go ahead and roll yourself back onto your back body. And let's get rid of this extra cushion here for a moment. You might also take a moment to slide your bolster to the other side. You're bringing 2 knees back in towards your chest, finding another big in-breath. Open your mouth for the exhale. Let your organs drop, let your spine drop. Let everything surrender with the breath. And then keep your clasp around your right shin, extend the left leg. So we're back in our Apanasana. Find a big in-breath. And on your exhale, hug that right knee in closer to your chest. Good. Inhale, let it move away. And exhale, hug. You're going to continue here because what we're doing is we're manually pumping your lymphatic system. And we're going to close practice today by swinging legs up the wall or putting legs in a chair or swinging them up onto the couch. But some way to let your lymphatic system start to drain back towards heart center. And thereby, again, beefing up your immune system. All right, the next time you come into your in-breath, slide your hands behind your thigh and reach your right leg to the sky. Really stretch the back of the leg out, and then exhale, hugging it towards your chest. All right, inhale to expand, and exhale to contract. You're gonna find this 2 more times. This is your last one. And then I want you to meet me with your right leg extended towards the sky, clasp behind your thigh. Now this is the part where we take a bend to the knee so that you can hug that thigh in towards the abdomen. No more movement in your hip joint. Remember, we're just moving through the knee, so we're going to release our need to take the leg straight, right? Hug it in and just move through your knee joint. This is a little different move than what we were just doing. We're flossing hamstrings now, right? That little bit of shaking towards the top that my foot is doing, that's pretty normal. So let that be, let it happen, make space for that. Make space for the sensations that are building in your body. It's a great way to ground in the present moment by connecting to those sensations. All right, the next time that you have right leg reaching towards the sky, pull your toes back towards your shin. Now things get really interesting. Find a big in-breath. Open your mouth for the exhale. And then bring your knee in towards your chest. You're going to take that right knee, take it over to your bolster on the left side, and take your second bolster and put it underneath your head. I'm actually going to do the same side twice so that I can face you. You can see me again. So we'll imagine that this is my right leg. You're stacking arms. All right, this time right arm slide. So slide the right hand out, reach it way past your left fingertips. Glide across your arm, across the heart center, spiral the fingertips and heart open. And then start to close. Right, we're moving dynamically. We're pausing to stretch. Really opening heart center, hydrating spine. Find your rhythm, and we'll flow in and out of this here for a few more rounds. All right, let's say that the next time that your right arm is reaching open, you're coming in for that twist, we're gonna pause. Now remember, if it doesn't feel comfortable for you to keep that right arm in extension, I want you to bend your elbow, bring your hand back to rest on the rib cage, and then let your elbow kind of fall towards the earth. You'll still get a really nice heart opener, nice stretch through the pectoralis major. We're going to settle in here, so again, find your big in-breath. Open your mouth for the exhale. And if this feels really great, again, I encourage you to pause your video and stay here for a little bit. Right, this is a great way to sort of wring out your organs. We're going to find just another breath or two here. And then just like we do when we've been in a twist for an extended amount of time, rather than coming out with the legs, we're gonna come out from the upper body. So go ahead and bring your right arm all the way up and over. You're rolling onto your side body. We're out of our spinal rotation. Rather than coming back onto your back body, I want you to slide your stuff out of the way. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Press through your arms and bring yourself up into your upright position. Hello. All right. Find Sukhasana, easy crisscross. Again, if this isn't comfortable, you can take a bolster or your blankets, give yourself a little extra proppage here. If it really isn't working for you on your knees, you want to extend one leg, go ahead and find a comfortable seat. I'm going to take these off to the side. We're going to bring hands to heart center. And on your next in-breath, sweep the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, wide reach down, let your fingertips come all the way to the earth. And then I want you to flip your palms like you're scooping. Inhale, lift the energy up. And exhale, bring it back to heart center. Inhale to reach. Exhale, wide sweep. Flip the palms, scoop to lift. And exhale, bring it into heart center. All right, this time we're sweeping those arms up. We're gonna come in for the twist. You're gonna open the arms, take your right hand to your left knee. Left hand is behind you. Sit nice and tall. Maybe turn to look over that back shoulder. We're gonna pause here for a moment. You can stay with gaze over that left shoulder, or maybe start to turn the gaze back over the right shoulder and take your right ear a little closer to your right shoulder. Get a little more stretch here for your upper trapezius and your neck muscles. You're gonna find another big in-breath. And on your exhale, release and come back to center. Bring your hands back to heart, and on the next in-breath, arms go up. Exhale, wide sweep, fingertips to the earth. Flip the palms, scoop and lift, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's go through that whole thing one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Flip your palms, scoop to lift. And hands to heart center. And sweep your prayer hands back up. We're coming in for the twist. Left hand to your right knee. Right hand back behind you. You again are sitting nice and tall. Drop the shoulders away from your ears. Turn to look over your right shoulder. Pause. And then consider turning just your gaze, your head, to look over the left shoulder. Maybe dropping left ear towards left shoulder. You're gonna find another full round of breath. And at the bottom of your exhale, go ahead and release. Hands back to heart center. This time we're sweeping those prayer hands up to the sky. You're gonna keep both arms to the sky here for a moment, and then we're gonna release the left arm. So right arm to the sky, left hand to the floor. Start to slide that left arm out and away from you. Find a comfortable place to hold. You're gonna let your left ear drop towards your left shoulder. And then you're gonna sweep those right fingertips back up towards the sky. Keep sweeping. Let your fingertips kind of reach towards the earth energetically, like you're stretching all the way from the bottom part of that right ear out towards your fingertips on that right side. We're gonna pause here for a moment. We're stretching the scalenes. They are part and parcel of your nervous systems. We find a little grounding here by finding this length. Keep your left ear towards your left shoulder. Start to slide the left hand back in. And when you feel like you're back in your neutral spine, then you can lift the crown of your head and stack it back on top of your spinal cord. All right, big inhale. Good, keeping left arm to the sky, drop the right hand, slide the right arm out and away, right ear towards your right shoulder, left arm back towards the ceiling, keeps going, keep reaching, stretch, stretch, stretch through the left fingertips. We're gonna pause here. Usually 4 or 5 breaths is a good duration to hold in this pose. And know that as you're coming out, your ear stays towards your shoulder until you're in your upright position. So we're gonna start to slide right hand back in. Stack your head back on top of your shoulders. You might take a moment to check in and notice that your mind is a little bit quieter after we stretch the neck muscles, right? We're a little more grounded, a little more easeful. So we're gonna let that groundedness take us into legs up the wall. If you don't have a wall space at the ready, swing your legs into a chair, swing your legs up onto the couch. If you are swinging legs up the wall, I typically like to sit myself really close sideways to the wall. You guys can see me here. And then it's never graceful, but you're gonna swing yourself back, take the legs up, open the arms out into a T, or maybe bring them back to rest on your body. You're gonna bring a close to your eyes. And after all of that pumping through your lymph nodes, we take the legs up the wall and we give that lymph that's been sitting in your toes an opportunity to start to drain back towards heart center, back towards that thymus gland. And this is where we produce our white T cells, right? So boosting your immune system right here. This is self-care. I want you to give yourself permission right now to do this, maybe even 3 times a day. Why not? You're welcome to stay here for 3 or 4 minutes. Coming out of this pose, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and just let your knees kind of drop out wide to the side. Big stretch here for your inner thighs. From here, take your hands to the outsides of your knees and guide your knees back in towards center. You're going to roll to your right or your left. You're going to use the strength of your arms to bring yourself back up into your upright position. And I'm going to send you off from here to enjoy the day. Be well until I see you again. Namaste.